It takes action, or those years will soon fly on by. But it's a battle between good that we have to fight. It's a challenge for a people like you and I. La 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 la. La 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 la. Woo. La 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 la. It's like la 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 la. La 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 la. Ain't it funny how those years seem to fly on by? Ain't it silly, the things that make you laugh, make you cry? It's a challenge for our people like you and I. La 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 la. Woo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. It takes action. Woo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Woo. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. Woo. Follow that sparrow.
Hello again, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Denver online Sunday service. We are a loving, prospering community in the heart of Capitol Hill and online. And while we need to remain online for just a bit longer, we'll keep you informed on our return to face-to-face services through our newsletter. Sign up today, info@csldenver.org, or check out our website, csldenver.org, and sign up for the newsletter. Stay in touch, one message a week, every Monday, right from us to your inbox. And this week, what you'll see is a reminder about our picnic. Yes, next Saturday is the CSL Denver Annual Summer Picnic, and this year we're doing it at Farrell Park. Saturday, June 12th, from 10 until about 1 o'clock. Bring your own chair, bring your own food and beverage. There'll be bicycles for rent and paddle boats for rent, and we'll meet on the south side of the lake. We look forward to seeing you. If you need any more information or any help, give us a shout at info@csldenver.org. And hey, remember, today, right after the service, we'll be meeting in our virtual Zoom room. If you have a link from a previous Zoom fellowship from this year, go ahead and use that. If not, send a quick email to info@csldenver.org, and we'll make sure to get you a Zoom link before today's program is complete. Zoom fellowship every Sunday right here as part of the Center for Spiritual Living Denver. And hey, while you're in the Zoom fellowship, why not connect with one of our practitioners? We know 2021's been a tough year so far already, and there's a lot more coming. So get ready and get a prayer on and connect with one of our professional practitioners. They are here to work with you, and they are here to pray with you. Also, one more big, huge thank you from everyone here at the Center for Spiritual Living Denver for being with us today and for sharing our programming and broadcasting with your friends out across the internet. It really does make a difference when you hit that share button. Thanks again and again and again for hitting that share button. All right. That's what we've got for this week for announcements. Let's get back into the music with more by Freddy Rodriguez Jr.
Good morning. My name is Tim Hancock. I'm a practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living Denver, and I invite you to close your eyes and get centered into the oneness that is divine, that is in, through, and around each and every one of us. That divine oneness, that God, that universal presence flows in, through, and around each and every one of us, knowing that it is the love, it is the joy, it is the magnificence of the universe, the divine universe that we experience each and every day. And I am absolutely grateful for that experience, knowing that whoever I meet, whoever I come in contact with, whoever I interact with, is also experiencing that divine presence. And this morning, we experience it through the wonderful words of Reverend Elzia and the music of Freddy, the technology of Diego, and the words from the practitioners in the reading and the invocation. We know that we are blessed, just as all who are attending church, mosque, synagogue, whatever they attend, or if they just simply are in their yard or out in nature, enjoying God's bountiful, enjoying that wonderful divineness that is presented to us at every moment in our lives. And as we move through this service, we are absolutely grateful for the companionship, for the friendship, and for the love that comes in through and around each and every one of us through all of the words of this service. And I release this to the universe, and I just simply say, and so it is. And today's reading is from an article written about pain a little bit. It's occasionally I watch Saturday Night Live. Almost always I laugh, since laughter is the best medicine. Debbie Downer, a character, is someone who brings negativity and fear into every conversation. We laugh at the comedy sketches, thankful that we do not have ourselves or friends with worldwide views of life is bad, and then it gets worse. What we learn on our spiritual path is that whenever or wherever our attention goes, energy flows. If I continuously put my attention on what's going wrong in my life and with the world, then I will get more of that. A rule of thumb is to share your story with someone who will listen and understand, and then let it go. Refuse to be a Debbie Downer. Refuse to grow more pain living a life of suffering. So when we think about it, that ultimate thinking stuff could not have been intended for us to suffer pain, but might have been given us pain so we could change our actions, words, and thoughts. Pain is feedback. Learn to listen to it, then change course. Let's practice together to choose to live in alignment with our spiritual neighbor and our spiritual nature. And Ernest Holmes writes on page 107 of Science of Mind magazine, or Science of Mind book, the world is beginning to learn that it has learned all it should through suffering and pain. Surely there can be no intelligence in the universe that wishes humans to be sick, suffer pain, be unhappy, and end in oblivion. Surely if God or universal intelligence is imbued with goodness, then it could not have ordained that humans should ultimately be other than perfect expressions of life. And so it is. And now back to Freddy.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm here to be, here to see my God. Sometimes I question what life's supposed to be, face the fear, my God. We have to have an open heart and be open at the top. You have to trust the voice, the soul within, and understand with God. Sometimes I question, follow your suggestions, and I question, follow your suggestion, my God. Sometimes I question, following your suggestion. We have to have an open heart and be open at the top. You have to trust the voice, the soul within, and understand with God. Sometimes I question, follow your suggestion. Then I question, follow your suggestion. suggestions, by God, for your suggestion. Oh, sometimes I question.
Good morning, and welcome to CSL Denver, a place, a space, and a face of love. A spiritual community teaching ancient wisdom and applying universal principles to embody the intelligence of the divine and empower our lives and the lives of others. I trust everyone is having a great Sunday morning so far and looking forward to the day, this first Sunday in June. And as you know, each month we have a theme, and the month's theme, or the theme for this month, is the soul's calling. The soul's calling. And today we are going to explore the idea of pain as a stepping stone. Pain as a stepping stone. Now, pain is something that we all experience, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, and just sometimes pain from thinking about pain, right? But there's the rare occasion where people may not feel pain, okay, but those are rare exceptions. But when we experience pain, it's always something that catches our attention, that allows us to wake up, to be attuned to what's going on. So what is this thing called pain? What is it? Why is it? And how do we use it? Well, pain can be defined as an unpleasant feeling that is conveyed to the brain, which signals actual or potential danger or injury. Now, key part there is the actual or potential, because sometimes pain is just a figment of our imagination in some cases because of experience and so forth. So from that perspective, pain can be very tricky because we experience it each in so many different ways, and there are various reasons of why we have pain, and most of us we try to avoid it. Quite frankly, we don't want to step into pain and be able to just embrace it. And so when we begin to look at pain differently, though, not as something to avoid or something to run from or something to downplay, when we begin to look at it as a design in life that is used to protect and propel us forward, then we can have another relationship with it. Then we're able to look at it not as something to avoid, but something to embrace as an invitation to understanding and higher consciousness and deeper love and the opportunity to activate faith, trust, and wisdom in all aspects of our lives. In all aspects of our lives. Now, when we look back through our lives, there are always cases where at first we looked at a painful situation and we may have shunned it away. But in later retrospect, we look at it and we say, wow, that was painful, but look how much I've grown. Look how much I've learned. And so we don't want to dull the pain. You know, here a good example is this. You know, when we go to the dentist, right, they give us Novocaine to dull the pain when they're working on our teeth, extracting it or whatever the case might be. And that's okay to try to minimize that physical pain, right? But when there's a fire, we don't want to put Novocaine in our hand and put our hand on the stove to dull that pain, because there's a signal there. There's some information there that allows us to grow and protect ourselves. It allows us to say, ooh, that's hot. Remove my hand. Or if I leave it there, I will be minus a hand. So that pain allows us some freedom. when we get it. It allows us some opportunity. It allows us a way of interacting and thinking about life and our way in it in a different manner that opens us up. Coretta Scott King, Dr. Martin Luther King's wife, said this: "My story is a freedom story from within my soul. It is a guide to discovery, a vision of how even the worst pain and heartaches can be channeled into human monuments, impenetrable and everlasting." Impenetrable and everlasting. And she is able to take that pain that she suffered and really open up to life, really open up to the understanding that life is about living. Life is this opportunity. Even though situations may be painful, it opens us up to saying yes to life. And I shudder at the opportunity to say, what is your pain threshold? What is your moment of embracing pain and using it as a stepping stone to freedom, as opposed to an albatross around your neck that keeps you from rising up, that keeps you from understanding, that keeps you to allow everything to open up. Now, there is an opportunity throughout this program called life to really settle into the idea of pain and how we use it as a stepping stone. So the question that inevitably becomes, why all the suffering, all of the sorrow and the pain? Why has tragedy accompanied the journey of man? There is no other way, Ernest Holmes said, through which true individuality can evolve. Man must be left alone to discover himself and be compelled to follow the road that is uniquely his. He is not an automaton. He's an individual, and he has individual, and she has individual choices that open up the path of life. So when our life is not working the way we like it to, pain is an invitation for us to revisit our purpose and our conscious direction and redirection of life, because there is no greater place to be than to be aware of who we are. Carl Jung said it like this: when we look outside of ourselves, we dream. When we look inside of ourselves, we awaken. We awaken to the multidimensionality of life. We awaken to how we interact and interchange energies and thoughts and feelings and ideas about pain, and how we navigate through life, how we navigate and I guess how we open up to the idea of life. So just think about it. Think about some of the pain that you have had in the past, some of the experiences, some of the opportunities to grow, as one might say. Because we see pain is a multi-dimensional experience. Our beliefs, our expectations, our past experiences, attitudes, and history all influence our relationship with pain and the level of which pain affects us. And as a result of that, there's a new body of science coming out based on the whole mind-body experience and science that says pain is a biopsychosocial phenomenon. I'm going to say that again. Biopsychosocial phenomenon. Because it says that pain is a result of physical, emotional, cognitive, and social experiences of life. And so any one of these, or all of these, can come together and create different levels of pain, different levels of understanding, and most of all, different levels and opportunities for us to go deeper, for us to awaken to our true magnificence. One of the vision statements for CSL is, we envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. A world where every person discovers his or her own personal power and ability to create an individual life that works within it. We will post this there so you can find that, because this is key. The key point is, part of our journey on life is to awaken to our magnificence. And the ability to do that, if everything was easy, if everything was without pain, if everything was, no effort, then we wouldn't grow. We wouldn't have the opportunity to awaken to the magnificence that we have and that we are. So what does it take? What does it take to be a maestro in a symphony of pain called life, and turn that into sweet music, into a sweet understanding of who and what we are and how we navigate and how we help others and inspire others to tap into this spiritual magnificence that each and every one of us are? Well, I like to leave you with 3 thoughts on that. The first thing is, pain is the perfect fertilizer. Pain is the perfect fertilizer because it allows us the opportunity to sometimes tap into an environment that is not as conducive as we would want it to be, and just opens up the opportunity for us to go deeper. And understand that sometimes we go through these moments where everything is not quite right. But when we fertilize that soil, when we fertilize the situation, it begins to change the environment, the balance of the things that are needed to flourish. And then we open. Now here's a point that some of you may not be aware of, may not know. Pain can be switched off or switched on in your mind as a fertilizer. You can fertilize your consciousness. You can open up your consciousness for things as losing a loved one, and during this past pandemic, we've all lost those close to us, family members, friends, acquaintances, and that was very painful. I've had a couple of cousins and other family members who's lost their lives during the COVID. But that pain was a fertilizer. It was a fertilizer for me to go deeper and say, why are you here? What does this mean to you? And how do you use this to be more grateful and to share more gratitude with anybody and everybody, to fully understand who and what we are? And when we do that, we can take that pain, we can take that discomfort and use it, as it says in this next point, to take that pain and not look at it as a punishment, but look at it as a catalyst for change. Now, here's a tidbit from nature. Now, and as you know, if you've been listening to me for some time, nature for me is the sacred book of all things. It is the divine mind of God expressed every day without question, without problems or deviation. And one thing I know, that when trees are experienced a storm, have experienced a storm, a hurricane, and being from Florida, I've seen plenty of hurricanes, and those trees get shucking and almost uprooted. The very nature of the tree says, when this happens, when this pain, this problem, this catastrophe happens, send my roots deeper. Send the roots deeper. So pain is an opportunity not to punish us, but to go deeper, to be used as a catalyst to follow that awakening moment that we talked about just a moment ago, but to also go deeper into why am I feeling this way? What is causing this? And to be centered and to be anchored, because storms will come, but we also know storms will go. It says in the Bible, this too has come to pass. It has not come to stay. It has come to pass. It is just a momentary step in life, a momentary step in our movement and upliftment to everyday success. And so third, the idea that we step into after we understand that pain can be a fertilizer. It can be a way to season the soil, to season the consciousness so that we can look beyond. And then we say pain is not a punishment. It is a catalyst. It is a moment in time that pushes us forward. And that's exactly what the third idea is. It pushes us forward into a new pathway of living, a new pathway of awakening, to experience and acknowledge the pain and experience it right in that moment so that you can better understand life itself, so that you can better understand who and what you are and how you step into the magnificence, how you step into the magnificence. And so when we understand that pain is a fertilizer, that it is a catalyst for change and to go deeper and to be centered, and it opens up a new pathway of living, then we can say yes to life. Yes, pain is a stepping stone to a greater understanding of who I am, who you are, and a gateway to our magnificence. And a gateway to our magnificence. So I would like to invite each and every one of us this week as a catalyst to a new beginning of summer. June starts summer, and we know activities are going to be there, and we're going to be facing all kinds of new experiences as we continue to move beyond the pandemic and open up. I would invite each and every one of us as a call to action this week to get yourself a journal if you don't have one and examine some painful moments that have happened in the past and some you may experience this week or in the coming weeks, and begin to look at them in this psychobiological cognitive way of looking at pain and see what is the cause. Is this some historical thing that I'm still afraid of the boogeyman under the bed because that's what someone told me when I was small? Or am I still experiencing pain because I got fired from a job that I felt was unjust and I was very put upon, and I keep that pain with me to keep my self-esteem and my doubts of that, to keep me from excelling or to stepping into my magnificence. So let's do that this week and examine it. This philosophy, this teaching says this is a science. This is a religious science where we have to take hold and understand and look at what is happening each and every day, moment by moment in our lives, to awaken our magnificence, to stay aware, and to be the love, light, and insight that God has created us to be. And so today, in terms of an affirmation, the affirmation that we would like to carry forward this week is, I surrender to the pain to transform my life today. I surrender to the pain to transform my life today. So take a deep breath, acknowledge that, and then let it in and let it go. And so right now, let's just take that understanding, that idea, and go into prayer. And so right here, right now, in this ever-evolving moment, This moment where the divine energy of God is moving in every aspect of our lives and allowing us each to awaken to the magnificence of who we are, because that is what God is. A magnificent intelligence, a magnificent understanding, a magnificent way of expressing itself through and as us. And as we embrace that and uplift that and hold very tight to that, we begin to see ourselves for who we really are. And we begin to understand that each aspect, each event, each person, each tragedy, each success in our lives are continuing to fertilize our mind and to cultivate the magnificence that is me, that is you, that is us. And as we surrender to that, we awaken to true divine inspiration. That moment where we take everything in stride and we allow ourselves to be comfortable in all situations and to step into the flow of life and understand when we need to lean to the right or lean to the left. And we begin to allow ourselves to be the children of the Most High God each and every day. And so we say to that pain, not get out of the way or we don't want you. We love it. We hug it. We embrace it because we know it's going to cause our roots to go deeper, our soul to open widely, and our heart to be generous, gracious, and merciful. And so as we just take that grace and mercy and add it to everything, we give thanks. We give thanks for all the past things that have happened in our lives that's caused us to grow, to see life in a different way, to embrace that pain and to know that it is a stepping stone to our greatness. And so in that idea, I just release this into the law, knowing that it is all done, all well, right now in the mind of God forevermore. And so I release, let go, and so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. And so I would invite each of you this week to experience pain and look at it and use it as that stepping stone. And so now we're at that moment in time where I am so grateful and blessed for each and every one of you that support CSL Denver, whether it's with your time, talent, or treasure, especially during this time of change. We are so grateful that you are here and that you continue to support us and this community. So right now, there are many ways you can support the community, and it's running across the bottom of the screen. You can send a check to a PO box, or you can text, or you can go to our website at www.csldenver.org and push the donate button and donate to our community. And so we are so excited that you are here, and we want you to take this gift, this offering, and hold it to your heart if it makes sense and it feels comfortable for you. And repeat our affirmation. This perfect gift is spirit informed, circulating in blessing all that it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Reverend Z. Wonderful message. And as usual, exactly what I want to experience today. And now I'd just like to have a few announcements at the end of our service and let you know that here at CSL Denver, we want you to know we're here for you, to celebrate and to hold space for you. Please know our practitioners are available to work with you. We'd love to pray with you for celebrations and challenges. Our names and phone numbers are on our website at www.csldenver.org. Or if you do have a prayer request, please email it to info@csldenver.org. As mentioned at the beginning of the service, we are having our usual virtual fellowship on Zoom this morning. If you didn't receive the Zoom invitation earlier, please send an email to info@csldenver.org. Mention fellowship and we'll send the Zoom invitation right away. The CSL Denver annual picnic is getting closer and closer. It's coming Saturday, June 12th. We plan on meeting at City Park from about 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the south side of Farrell Lake. Whatever you're most comfortable doing, wearing or not wearing masks. If you're not vaccinated, however, we do ask you to please wear a mask. Bring your own meal and water, a chair or a blanket, anything that makes you comfortable, and plan to catch up with each other and have a good time. We hope to see you in person next Saturday. Meanwhile, we hope you have a wonderful week, and we affirm right here and right now that 2021 is blessed and perfect for all it is. We love you and miss you. Please take care of yourselves. And now let's close out with more music from Freddy Rodriguez Jr.
Through me, you're beside me, always guiding, spirits rising, nothing to it, we can do it, 'cause we're part of a higher power, and it's time to shine and face the world. When it's you and me, the path will unfurl, as we let go of the blame of someone else. Just allow it, yeah, we've got this. You work through me, you're beside me, always guiding, spirits rising, nothing to it, we can do it, 'cause we're part of a higher power. There's a place within our hearts, within our minds, that connects us to the spirit, the divine. There's no place where God is not, He's in our hearts, the essence of the who, the you we are. You work through me, you're beside me, you work through me, you're beside me. As we try to